I have been running an anti-aging nonprofit research and education group for 20 years. So I've had a chance to talk to the people doing the cutting edge work and become friends with them. I even lecture to 3,000 doctors at the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. I don't have a medical degree. They just listen to me for some reason. I'm grateful for that. And these are smart people who are actual doctors. Just to be really clear, I'm a fantastic researcher and I'm an event correlation engine, and I figure stuff out and I try it, and it's pretty obvious if it works or not. Those guys are real healers. Yeah. And there's this knowledge transfer that happens. So when you get a chance to talk to 3,000 of them, 20 of them are going to come up afterwards and say, hey, I'm working on this stuff. You should know about it. Come to my lab and try it. I'm like, oh, yeah. And so that's how it works. And what I wrote about recently, what I had on Bulletproof Radio, was the people who did the 6 hands, whole body stem cell upgrade, we call it. So for 4 hours, they knock you out. They pulled out a half a liter of bone marrow. It actually doesn't hurt.
It'll change your life. Anyone with old injuries like that, I have just no bodily pain. And you get younger, and there's really intriguing new research about stem cells making brains work better, especially if you've had a traumatic brain injury, which I have had. And so you just get younger. And I can't tell you that it was stem cells alone that did this. I live, a bulletproof life and all that. But I recently measured my brain's response time. This is an automatic response time. How quickly does the brain respond when a light or a sound comes on? So this isn't a conscious thing. And my response time is the average response time for a 20-year-old. The response time goes up with age. So you get slower and slower as you age. So I have a 20-year-old's ability to respond to the environment around me, which is pretty remarkable. And I truly think that the stem cells helped with that. Wow. There's also things like arterial flexibility, where I have the average flexible arteries of a 24-year-old when you just compare, and I'm twice as old as that, Louis. So something is working. I think stem cells are a core part of the anti-aging thing. What's happening now, though, is we're able to pull things that are like stem cells out of the blood instead of out of the marrow. A very few doctors who are offering it today, and I think it's in a bit of a gray zone from a regulatory perspective. So it's coming down. We're at like year 1 of an evolution that's happening, kind of like cell phones, the first cell phone. But with stem cells, it's come down in price a lot. The efficacy is way higher, and it's getting better. It works better and better every year, but it still takes a doctor a lot of time to get the needles in all the right places and understand your joints. But man, it's a couple hours of relatively minor discomfort, but then you're better for decades. It's a really big deal. I'll tell you, if you fast before you do that procedure, you have less insulin resistance, you have a working metabolism. Everything you can do in a hospital, whether it's a surgery, whether you get in a car accident, whatever, everything goes better if you just have a strong metabolism. Mm-hmm. And so, what do we all need right now? We want more resilience. Resilience comes from biology. The people who are best at taking fat or sugar plus air, combining them and getting abundant energy, those are the people who live the longest, have the best life. They have more opportunity for greatness because they simply have more electrons bouncing around in their heads to do stuff with. Power your immune system. It could power whatever you're doing in the world, but that's the core of everything I've ever done with Bulletproof, with all the content. How do you make yourself better at making energy? And it turns out sometimes not eating is part of